Today's a big day, RJ, and it's not because all the hoodies just came in.
It's a big day because the S15's getting a motor!
Woo! All right. Sorry guys with headphones, I apologize. But, all right guys, by the title of the video you could tell, today is a day we are finally picking up the new engine for the S15. I've been kind of hyping it up quite a bit. At least I feel like I have. I don't try to do that too often because I know it can be kind of annoying, but I'm really excited for this one.
I'm very excited for it too.
And a lot of guys guessed right, and a lot of guys guessed completely wrong, and I bet a lot of you aren't even watching this and you already skipped halfway through the video so you know what engine I got.
So you could figure out if you were totally wrong because like 75% of you were very wrong.
So the ports have been a little iffy with the whole thing going on, so hopefully we have a good selection of motors to go through and hopefully we can get a half decent one. But I'm excited, I'm a little nervous, we got a long drive, but it's gonna be awesome. So, when we quit talking and let's go hit the road, sound good?
Let's get going!
Oh.
What did I ever do to you?
Come on, we got places to be. I'm sorry.
I don't know what I did to deserve that.
All right, so we ended up finding a place in Massachusetts that actually has the engine I want in great condition for a good price. So we said screw it last second, which is fantastic because
we are sick of going to Jersey. I'm so sick of the traffic just at the GW, dude. I can't stand it.
We're almost there, and I'm fucking pumped. RJ keeps saying it's gonna piss off so many people. I don't think this will really make anyone mad. I think people are gonna love this.
I don't think people are gonna hate it, but I know it's definitely different from what you do.
I guess.
So this is gonna be
What do you mean?
sick.
Taking an engine that doesn't belong in a car and shoving it in there? That's exactly what I do.
The concept is the same. It's just that you haven't gone this direction before.
I know, and I'm so pumped for it.
I can't wait, dude. I'm a big fan of these.
All right,
big
well,
fan.
We're about to pull up.
We're here.
All right, well, without hyping it up anymore, should we just show them?
Yeah, it's right here.
Here we go.
Is it an M50?
No. And here we go. This is it.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Finally.
It's about time, guys.
Finally.
We're finally doing it.
K-Series, baby. A real K-Series.
K24. I know this is the hard that everyone wanted for Nissan, but here we go. The S15 gets it.
We're just going to do everything ass backwards.
I love it. Let's talk more about it in a little bit, but let's go do paperwork, get this thing in the truck, and, well, I'm just pumped.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I used to have one of these.
Yeah, you used to be cool.
I used to be cool. Actually, I never was.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
When you get back to Connecticut, you unload the motor,
Yep.
drive back and give me the pallet.
Is that the core? Is that the core charge?
Oh, I can't tell you guys how excited I am for this. For those of you that don't know,
I am a huge Honda kid at heart. Huge Honda kid.
All right, boys, so here it is.
A K-Series. I'm so excited.
So good. So, if you guys don't know what this is a TSX motor. So it came out of an 06 TSX. So it is a K24A2, 2.4 liter K-Series engine. And this is something I've been trying to do for a really long time. We bought one actually for the FD forever ago, and then I realized, well, it just wasn't in the budget, so we had to move on. And well, now everything aligns perfectly. This is gonna be the new heart for my S15.
It makes sense. Nissan, Honda with a Nissan motor. We'll figure out a name for this one.
I know this is the engine everyone wanted to put in the Sonda, but
It's going in here. This is where it belongs. It's backwards.
and it's gonna be so good. A lot of you guys are guessing RBs. That was the surprise to me. I didn't think they'd think I do an RB.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is you talk about how much you don't really like them.
they're good motors. They're just not for me. But man, there is so much to talk about. There is so much information on these, and there's probably a million questions by you guys. I'll try to answer them over time. I just don't want to sit here and talk forever. But this has been in the plan for a long time. I didn't think I'd do it this early, but
this was like 6 months in we were gonna do this. Like we knew this was the motor you were putting in before we picked up the car.
oh, 100%.
Yeah, this was what was happening, but your plan was to drive it for a little while as was, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, whatever. I'm excited. Let's get back to the shop and I guess do some more talking.
Can we get food?
Yeah.
Yes!
Many hours later.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. Okay, when I was on my phone on Instagram on the way home, I got a lot of DMs saying it better be an RB, and I didn't think people would want me to do an RB that bad, but listen, I gotta make this point now. There's so many points I gotta make because there's gonna be so many comments just fighting me. I put a lot of thought into this, trust me, but I really wanted to stay with a 4-cylinder in the chassis. I've done a lot of swaps. I've done a lot of different swaps where the weight of the engines and whatever positions in the chassis affect the chassis and stuff, and I have a pretty good idea of how engines affect the way chassis behave, and I really wanted to stay with the 4-cylinder chassis, so I decided to get the ultimate 4-cylinder, the Honda K Series.
A real K Series.
I'm not against doing an RB eventually, but that's something for a chassis like a Skyline I want to save, where it's actually set up for something like that so I could actually enjoy it to the full potential.
Yeah, something that it makes a little more sense.
All right, let's get this thing unloaded. All right, so today's gonna be a lot of talking because today is more of like a build reveal, right? That's how I don't consider it. So to start off, you guys saw we got the K24A2. There's a lot of reasons why I picked that specific engine. We'll talk about it a little bit later on, but for now, there we go. For the transmission, it's gonna be a Franken drivetrain, of course. That's the fun part. So we had to go with one of the best transmission I know of, and that is the BMW ZF.
Which we got even more local than that.
Yeah, which is awesome because, right, this is a very almost like foreign style swap, but it was all domestically picked up, which is really awesome. I got this in the American junkyard for honestly extremely cheap. I didn't get taken advantage of by some freaking importer, you know, like I just got this as a local yard. So
I can't believe we got this 15 minutes up the road.
55,000 miles on this thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So this came out of a 2006 BMW. So this is
Oh, 06 and 06 is working out even more.
I didn't think about that. That's 6. So this is a 6-speed, which is amazing. So the ZF Trans came in all the way from the E36 in the 328s and the M3 models, and even Brian's car, like the 328, all came with ZFs. This just happens to be the 6-speed version, which is amazing because, well, the Spec R is the 6-speed. I had to go with it. Plus, like, obviously 6-speed is the way to go.
It's way nicer.
So to make this work, I got probably the nicest swap kit I've ever got in my life, and well, check it out. I unpackaged it all last night.
A pretty small box for a swap kit.
So this is half the stuff. It's still coming in, but I unpackaged everything last night, so it comes in a lot nicer than this. But check it out. This is Toge Factory's S chassis swap kit. So they make it for the S13 and the S14. Since the S15 is a giant S14, it all comes together. So I took a lot of it apart last night, but I just want to show you guys how freaking cool this whole kit is. This oil pan is insane. To convert it to a rear-wheel drive style oil pan, they had to do this crazy front sub setup. It's all baffled, all the welds are beautiful. They give you literally ports for all the accessories you could ever want. We have a chassis mount style shifter, like a BMW, like I have on my E36. So it's gonna feel like a freaking race car.
That's cool.
And dude, look at, like, please just look at this, dude. This is absolutely beautiful. I wish I recorded my face last night when I was undoing this stuff, but I was geeking out the whole time.
This is like what's in the Civic too, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, no, not the Civic. So tranny is like level with the chassis. That's why it feels like that in the Civic. But yeah, this bolts to, like, feel this, RJ.
It feels weird.
Dude, it's so freaking cool. I'm so
That is
impressed
cool
with the
on
stuff. Obviously, since I've done so many swaps, I've seen a lot of different swap components made, and this really fucking takes the cake. Some cool things like a water neck adapter, because since it is a front wheel drive engine, there's a couple weird things about it that don't line up amazing, but of course Toge Factory has it all figured out, and so they make accessories like this that help combat the front wheel drive, through wheel drive issues.
Is that for putting the water neck in the back of the motor?
So currently when you rotate the engine, the water neck is in the back. So basically this wraps it around so we can get to the water neck.
Gotcha.
In the front, yeah. And then what else do we have? We have more mounts. We have the trans adapter right here that will allow us to put the BMW trans on our Honda, so we can put it in our Nissan. Love that. And then these are honestly probably one of the nicest swap mounts I've ever received, with a really nice billet base, nice poly bushings, and of course a thick steel bracket to bolt right onto the engine. So this will make it actually sit real drive. We have our crazy pickup tube to combat with this intricate design to make it a front sump. And then we have our, you know, shifter rod, which is beautiful. I really like how, you know, and there's some important things like there's an oil pump adapter. We'll go through all of it once we start to install it, but it should be really easy. I'm really pumped. Also like a thermostat neck, full billet piece right here. And what's cool, you know, they leave us ports for all different accessories. Want to tee in and out of it, put sensors in it. They even have it adjustable, so we could go to like a barb style to an AN style if you want to go to an AN.
Ooh, you love AN.
This is just a taste of what the kit is. We still have a bunch of other components, manifolds, dude. Their stuff is like...
Realistically, this is kind of going to be a drop-in kit.
Oh yeah, a lot of it is going to be bolt together. I mean,
nothing like Nissan.
Oh yeah, Nissan, everything about that was not. But this is going to be a little refreshing because it is a lot of bolt together stuff. There is obviously some things we have to make work, but a lot of the major components are already spoken for here, and the quality is just so freaking amazing, and all of it looks so beautiful that it's just like exactly where I want to be with it. So Toge Factory, you guys killed it. I'm so excited for them to be part of this project. I'm very proud to have these parts on my car, and well, we have a lot of work to do to get that thing to, you know, accept something this beautiful on it. But
what are you talking about? Just a little degreaser?
Yeah, that's
and
all.
a power wash.
And about 30 of my friends with wire brushes, but dude, this is gonna be a really fun one, and I couldn't be more excited. The K series is honestly gonna be the most perfect engine for this car. You guys have no idea. Just you.
I think it's a phenomenal choice.
Dude, that fits so well.
That's crazy.
Look at that. It's like they designed it for an S chassis.
Oh my god.
RJ made a good point. I never mentioned I am gonna turbo it. It's very obvious. Like obviously you can make good power on an NAK series, and there's some cars that an NAK series would be ideal in, right?
Yeah.
But for this, we're gonna boost it because when you boost these things, they make stupid power for no freaking good reason other than the fact that they're such an efficient engine. It's amazing. So it's gonna be a blast, and it doesn't take much to get them to make dumb power reliably. So a reliable Nissan? What? I know at this point I'm probably getting I probably already got a million comments say, call the boosted boys, talk to this, talk to that. Boys, I got this, don't worry. I'm secretly a big Honda guy, so I know quite a bit about these things, and I have really good resources.
And then the biggest Honda guy ever is literally right there.
I got Jamie Marsh next door. He's Honda. He is K-Series king. So trust me, I got this. You're gonna be surprised with this thing. I'm secretly a Honda boy at heart, so this is why this is really exciting for me to finally actually do one of these things and find the perfect chassis for it. So this thing's gonna be gangster.
This is gonna be a sick car.
This is gonna be freaking cool. It's gonna be really freaking cool. So.
What are you doing?
We got a motor.
It's an engine, RJ.
Same thing.
It's electric? Google it, it's not. I don't really care.
Oh, poor Tuck.
I've called it a motor too.
I feel like situationally you just use whatever word works.
Or you just use the right word.
Look at this hoopty, right?
Situationally.
Sorry, Sammy, it's not an SR20.
I know. It's still pretty decent. I like the exhaust. Kind of reminds me of that sweep up term you had on the Civic for a little bit, but down.
We don't talk about that. Jimmy doesn't like that.
Oh, this guy used to ride his clutch gun. Yep, sick. Drew's got more.
Is that Adam LZ?
That's his poor brother.
That sounds really good.
Sound good. What's up?
What's up, RJ?
What's up, buddy?
You want this hanging or in the car?
Hanging's fine, he said.
Hanging's gone.
I'll do you a solid.
Sammy, you're such a good guy.
I'm not doing him a solid because it doesn't go in.
That's for effect.
Quick release.
Look at this thing.
Look at this thing. Instagram shows up, flex on us real quick, little JZX90 right here.
Thing's hot.
Sunlight.
I love the wheels.
Yeah, this thing's really good.
This is a really nice car.
Guess what Grant did? He made the ultimate decision, and he bought himself a Link ECU. See, he's a smart man. Look at him. Oh.
That one's the last of its kind. I had to make a couple phone calls for you.
The Curafune. This is really cool, actually.
So I actually found this. So a lot of these cars, when they get imported, any Japanese car, they come with an HKS ECU. A lot of them, like that was back in the day, like the ECU that people put in the cars, right? HKS F-Cons.
Yeah, the F-Cons. Yeah,
So-
yeah. It's an HKS standalone, which is just, it's forgotten technology.
It's like 20 years old. So Link made a computer that plugs into HKS's
Plug.
yeah,
Yeah.
harness basically. From my understanding, you pull the HKS ECU out and you plug this one in.
You plug this in and you give it to Jimmy and
So
bam.
you have an imported car that's stuck with one of those, you know, old school HKS ECUs, direct plug and play.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
Fire. Thanks, homie.
This is gonna be dope. Body Brian to the rescue.
Is it in?
Had to install it correctly.
Thank you.
That's the least you could do.
Give me a thumb.
Oh man. I miss you. It's been a while.
Did it go back in?
Yeah, it's in, man.
Do you see this thing? The F-Con?
It looks old.
Dude, it's a cool looking piece though. It's a very pretty looking standalone, especially for the night, like, you know,
Yeah.
2000s and whatnot. Has the same plugs. So just gonna take this and bolt it there.
Nice.
Be good to go. It's funny. I wonder if they did the color on purpose.
Trim here
They definitely did, and then
Look at the
it's
color and
perfect
everything.
too because the data ports are going to be on the correct side as well when
Yep.
I plug it in.
Everything
you know
will
what I
be
mean?
perfect. So
Sick.
it's super dope. I love that.
Hyped.
We'll get you right.
Jimmy, give me some sauce. Fuck, that thing sounds cool.
All right, so today's video is literally just a talking video, but we picked up the engine, we have the trans, we have half stop kit, we're making good moves quick. The goal is to obviously keep the momentum going, but we got a lot of work ahead of us. We got a lot of cleaning to do before we can even start anything. But like I said, I couldn't be more excited. So I'm assuming there's gonna be a high level of just ridiculous comments that don't even make sense. Give it time. Be mindful of the swap if you guys are going crazy about it. I put a lot of thought into these things. I'm not gonna invest a lot of time and a lot of money into a dumb idea, and well, it's gonna be cool. So, I'm gonna leave it there. So, tomorrow we'll start fresh, we'll start tearing it apart, we'll get things cleaned up, we'll get to work, and we'll have some more fun as we always do. So, you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content. And Grant,
What?
say have a good night.
Have a good night.